Yes, exactly. Inverter converter assembly. Normally in electrical vehicles, EV vehicles, hybrid vehicles, the EV, all are using inverter converter assemblies. So how can we repair, how can we troubleshoot this assembly in order to continue our EV vehicles or hybrid vehicles? So here we will discuss this kind of things, and here the terminals which are coming the high voltage from the assembly, the inverter converter assembly. You can see this should not be short. I mean, should be higher in resistance. This multimeter is normal multimeter, so if you have the bigger one, you can use that. So it should not be the voltage plus the higher resistance on the all terminals. Even it's not short from the body ground as well, and not to each other. And there is a capacitor inside the inverter converter assembly. It's normally discharge the high voltage, so you have to check for your safety reasons. So go ahead for next step. We are going to remove this cover. Okay, while removing this cover, I have removed this cover in order to check. See, too much complicated circuit inside the inverter converter assembly. And on the top of that area, you can see there are multi fuses. This is the black area you can see, and there is the transistor and thyristor also there. And normally the problems comes in the fuses areas, and the thyristors already given on that areas also. So our first priority to check the fuses, because normally the fuses are blown up and the supply stop. And then after we will go for the further areas. So these are the you can see the board, and it has also downside cards and boards too. So from the inside also I'm going to remove, and this is the cooling area. You can see this is the cooling area from the inverter converter assembly. And again this you can see, and that connector, high voltage connector also here. For further, now we are going to remove, and I am going to remove the back plate. That the top plate already I removed. This back plate is the down area, and the board is also there. This is the top plate I already removed. This is that area. I'm going to remove the board, and we can see how can we repair and how can we troubleshoot the problem from this board. So I'm going to remove and see that is the all fuses. In some of 3 fuses I remove the cover, so you can see there is a small fuses here, and this fuse also. You can see there is a much more fuses in whole units. So go for this area, and now we are going to remove the board, so you can see the back and the connected area from the other units to each other. See these are the pins and the connecting area, and it is going to the down area of the inverter converter assembly. And furthermore I want to describe, this is the power unit, all over the power unit. In that area, not the high voltage is going or coming. These are the safe from the high voltage, because this is the 12 voltage supply and 12 voltage regulation in that kind of areas. High voltage is more down, and you can see and analyze by pins also. High voltage will not travel on this minute pins or that kind of area. This is the backplate again, and this is the board. This is also not a high voltage. This is almost 12 volt supply circuit, and this is the board also. And normally the problem doesn't come in this board area. And you see there is the plus and minus, and further that area is also connected to the high voltage, which the converts the high voltage to low voltage and low voltage to high voltage in that kind of area. And the down side you can see the big circuit and the heavy circuit has been used, and this circuit is normally used for the high voltage. And furthermore, if we go inside, we can find out the capacitors also. This is the low voltage circuit which I am showing here, and normally it's also do not have much problems, but the downside and down area is also full of the high voltage and the high voltage capacitor and high voltage control system. See, normally these circuits do not have fuses much, and normal resistors and other things are there also. And furthermore, I am going to remove this area also for your side satisfaction. Normally we will not go for the high voltage area because it is not recommended to repair, because of the capacitor may be stored some kind of high voltage energy, but for the upper board and lower board we can repair. So this is the cooling area, and I remove for your information in order to clean this. Thank you very much.